Hey, good morning, or good afternoon again. Welcome to the March podcast. Again, hard to believe another month has gone by, huh? Anyway, the weather's starting to get warmer. The days are certainly longer, and so we're heading into the spring, which is kind of neat. Won't be long, I believe. This coming Sunday is it? It's daylight savings, so I actually get to sleep an extra hour. Cool. Okay, first thing off the bat, our dues. We talked about them before. Many of you have already called in and paid. Remember that if you paid last year, say if you paid last year in March, then you'll be billed this coming March for your dues. So those that hadn't paid at all got their January due statement. And we got quite a few people that still haven't paid. So literally we are past the payment time, and we will start removing you from our roster. And if you're still current, you're welcome to train with another training center. And just get that training center to send us a request for transfer. Be happy to transfer your records. Okay? Healthy students, you might want to consider with the coronavirus, which is really kind of a nasty one. It's not just a typical it's the same as the other flu. No, it's a little bit more nastier than the other viruses that have been around. So yeah, if someone is possibly sick with a cold or flu, you might want to say to them, listen, how about we'll reschedule you for another class versus coming in and infecting you and your other students. Okay, just a thought. Certainly kind of a smart thing. We usually tell our folks that, listen, if you're not feeling good, we'll be happy to reschedule you. Not a problem. There's no extra money, no nothing with that. Okay? Heartsaver for ventilations. And remember two things with the ventilations for Heartsaver. Remember, yes, if you're doing a Heartsaver class, they are taught how to ventilate the patient. Heartsaver is not compression only. Compression only is not a certification. They get no cards for doing compression only. Okay? So they do Heartsaver, and during the Heartsaver program, you can explain to your student that, hey, if you look at this person, you go, yeah, I ain't locking lips with them. Okay. Compression has some value. Roughly 2 minutes worth of CPR is its value. Past that, it's useless. So the bottom line is explain to them that, hey, listen, okay, compression has some value, but explain to them how long that value will last. They're more likely to go ahead and ventilate their student if they realize that it takes us 20 minutes to get there, and that's a little too long for compression only. Okay, so yeah, they have to be taught that. That is part of the program. The other thing we're running into is also Heartsaver programs where they want to learn how to use the BVM because that's what they have where they're working. Well, if that's the case, they really should be at a basic life support level, not at a Heartsaver level. So it really is not that much more to add to the program to get them up to BLS, and the BLS cards are cheaper, so it's actually cheaper to do a BLS program. And then yeah, they get the bag valve mask training as well as one person, two person, all the different things. So really consider that. I think that's a great idea to do that, and I prefer everybody be trained at the BLS level rather than just Heartsaver. Okay? Professional classes. We're running into, which I think is really strange, and I've had it happen to me, when we're monitoring your class, remember, you are a professional instructor. This is not some clown around joke class. This is real. And so when we're watching an instructor teach a class, meanwhile there's a party going on in the back of the room to the point where we can't even hardly hear the instructor teaching, and then the party kind of spills into the way of the camera. So while they're clowning around having a good time, our training center faculty can't even see the instructor teaching the class. This is the point of being absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why I'm even talking about it. This is not something that I would have ever considered to have to bring up in a podcast. So yeah, kind of strange. If we see that happen in the future, if I'm sitting there watching this and the party comes out of nowhere and the instructor doesn't say to them, hey, you need to leave, then something is wrong, and I'll just click off. I'm not wasting my time with your monitor, and I'm not wasting our time any longer with you being in our training center. So you are considered a professional. I consider you a professional instructor and to do a professional class. Okay, so I don't take this lightly, nor should you. Okay, it's your class. You control your class. Okay, kind of enough said about that. We really just recently had an instructor call in today when they were told you can just go online and order your cards. And again, we've got that set up. You can order them from your smartphone, bunch of different ways to order your cards. You just can't call and say, send me 10 cards. That's not how this works. The system is designed to track how many cards you used, how many cards you bought. So it's an expensive system. It's a working system. It's just like anything else you buy online. Okay, except we got to verify you are you. You just can't tell somebody, oh, call in and order some cards. Because if they're not an instructor, they're going to get the fifth degree as to why are they buying cards, who are they buying cards for, and how is this even happening? So yeah, just go online, order your cards. And don't give our girls a hard time on the phone. They're there to try to help you. I've been out there many times, and they do handle a variety of calls, a lot from your students who can't get you back on the telephone, so they call in here, and our girls spend as much as an hour trying to work with them to get their card, explain how the course, do all kind of things. That really is your job to do. So they do a lot for you. So don't treat them like that on the telephone, please. Okay? Enough said. Welcome to March and another podcast. As always, if you got some ideas, thoughts, suggestions, what we should add, please let us know. You can email us and say, here's a thought for your podcast, or hey, Joe, how about this? And I'll be happy to put it in here for you. Okay? Thanks again. Be safe out there and have a great March.